almost the end of the year, so I guess we should do a little collection update video. Well, welcome everybody. Happy December. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah. Whatever that it is that you may be celebrating, Diwali, all the various things that folks celebrate at the end of the year as we get ready for New Year. For us, it is the last day of November, and we've recently done quite a bit of work to our collection space, taken some things down, put some things up, filtered some things away. And I try to film a collection video about every 18 months. I usually say once a year, but once a year is not true. I think the last one we did would have been the fall of 2023, I think. I can't remember. Actually, you see my collection so often through the videos that I don't necessarily just show it over and over again. But I know people really enjoy it. Collection videos are things people really enjoy to see. My collection has been filmed and is on the internet so much by so many different people. You know, we like to have folks over to the house, and a lot of people have filmed my collection. I would bet my collection has actually been viewed probably, not unrealistic to say, 2 million times on YouTube alone, because I know there's one video that has over 1 million views by itself. And several others that have quite a bit. You can check out Josh Pence's channel. He probably has the earliest view of my collection before, like outside of my own videos. OG Geek has filmed it. Seth has filmed it, both I think on his channel and on the MCE channel. Lots of people. Kent, I think maybe Greg Cook. I don't even know who all has filmed it, but lots of folks, lots of friends. Foxy For Real have filmed it over the years, as well as my own thing. I should have a playlist where I put all my collection videos. You can go all the way back to really early on when my channel was kind of relaunched. You know, I had stuff before, whenever that is, like 2017-ish, 2018, that I've taken down. But when I started flying drones, and it was just music, and like it was loose Funko Pops, you know, which was, you know, if you were collecting Funko Pops, like if you were collecting in like 2015, 16, you were buying Funko Pops, and we were opening them. Kim and I were. But you could see all the way through all the things that I've sold and started again and whatever. But I think this is an important one to capture. You know, our whole family collects. You know, Natalie and Kaya and I, we all collect. We collect some things together. We collect some things individually. We have a lot of different ways we collect. Now, it's just figures. We have 12th scale, 18th scale, 6th scale, statues, replicas, memorabilia, autographs, art, all kinds of stuff. I think that's a little different than most people. Most people don't have all of that stuff. And I think it's worth documenting because a lot of you know kind of a big origin part of my adult collecting is about 15 years ago now. I needed to go to graduate school, and I wanted to have an opportunity to boost my career opportunities and be able to do more and provide more for my family and friends and so forth. So I went back to graduate school, but you know, graduate school is expensive, and I didn't want to incur just a mountain of debt. So I sold what was an entire, at least the way my rules worked, 88 to 93 Playmates Ninja Turtles collection, both on card and loose figures. No vehicles, play sets, but figures, and some other kind of like the little trophy, the Leonardo trophy, and some of these other little things. That I sold, a lot of that which had been mine from childhood, and then things I had acquired, you know, teenage years and then early adulthood, early days of eBay, some of that stuff. And I sold it to pay for graduate school, pay off the graduate school debt, and then promised myself I'd, you know, work hard in college, do well, or in grad school, and then get to a place where my career would provide me an opportunity to rebuild a collection, which I've done. And I think it's important to document this version of the collection right now because after 15 years, over the last couple of weeks, I have purchased some vintage Playmates Ninja Turtle stuff again. And forever, that was my rule, is I wouldn't buy that stuff again. And I meant that rule. I held firm to it. But what happened is we were in New Jersey for Legion's Con, and I went to see my buddy Ron, Century the Mad Collector, another person who's probably filmed the collection. And he had some pristine vintage TMNT items that, if you know Century, he's a maniac when it comes to his collection and how pristine it must be. And so he had a Technodrome that was just, it looked like it was right out of the box with a brand new box and all this stuff. And he was going to move on from it because it didn't fit his collection. And it was meaningful for me to buy that from him. I never owned an original Technodrome, some other things. And it was meaningful for him to sell it to me, to know that all the work he put into acquiring that, cleaning it, reapplying any stickers that needed to be up, cleaned up or updated, and taking different pieces and completing it will go on in my collection. So now I need to find a place for some vintage TMNT, which has not been in my collection for so many years. And so I thought documenting this would be great. Probably filmed over a few days, because this room does become our Christmas tree room, Christmas presents and all of that. And that will be going up here over the next couple of days. So I wanted to at least get this room filmed, start things off. I'm going to try to be comprehensive in this video, so maybe a little long. I'm going to try to show you all the different things that we collect and where we have them and so forth. So here we go. Big Dubs, big collection. You're going to look at everything that the family collects and how we collect it and how we display it. And I hope you enjoy it. It's kind of our Christmas present to you. This video will come out ahead of Christmas, but kind of a Christmas present to all of you. Here we go. We'll start with this wall. You come in the room, it's a wall to your left. This wall gets changed actually pretty frequently, because these three Detolfs in this room are the only Detolfs that are like purely mine, just for kind of my stuff. So it's interesting to see. I do have this little corner unit that is just a major catch-all. This will probably get revised, but you can just see weird stuff in there. I do have a few things I'm trying to find a home for, including like recent Mondo art down there. But like up there, you got Mario figure arts. I'll have a good home for them. Oh, that Zero Suit Samus I need to move somewhere else. But, just little things, gifts over the years, things that don't have a good home, some Super 7 stuff, Thunder Lips, and Mr. T. It's just miscellaneous, and it doesn't really have a good home, but that little corner unit gives it a home. Up above here, I will show you this. So I've got some comic original art up there. I've got some autographs, Amelia Clark autographs, Sarah Shahi. We do a lot of autographs and meet and greets and that kind of thing. And then I've got art here from 1/6 Shooter, my buddy Trevor. A lot of his Legion's art that is up here on display, because the Legion's collection did used to be in here. It is not anymore. You'll see that later in the video. But I like to have that. And then I've got these pieces, these cosmic pieces that are really cool, the collaborations with the artists there. I have some Nate Barch art up there, Mask of the Red Death. So we try to have some themed art. I do have a test shot there, for test shot. Again, my man TB's art is there. Just miscellaneous things that don't fit. Like a lot of these are gifts people give me that, I don't necessarily want to open. Obviously, when the word squeeze is on something, we get it. Gold Dust, one of my favorite wrestlers. So just interesting things to see. But if we look on top, those of you should know I used to have a pretty significant Hot Toys and 6-scale collection. I still have quite a bit of 6-scale that we'll get to, but Hot Toys not as much, but I did keep a few. I got a Wall Tour set signed by Walter himself. Up there, Hot Toys Hulkbuster. We got Hot Toys Worthy Cap, Vision, that was a gift from Victoria. My favorite version of Thor. It's like as he's about to land in Wakanda. That's a cool base that can light up and do black light. And then up there is Lord of the Rings stuff that we will come back to when we get to that shelf. But then we've got the video games here. These are 3 games that Natalie loves to play. Galaga's her favorite. Miss Pac-Man, I think, is her second favorite. So we have these up here. This is in the upstairs part of the house. Easy to play and hang out in. I do have a Horseman skateboard here. It is signed by, I think, basically every member of the studio except for Cornboy. There may be a few others. I need to look and see who else I don't have signed that. I got to get Cornboy to sign that. But now lives here is Super 7. This is a complete Super 7 Ninja Turtles collection so far, as of November 30th, 2024. One of each figure. I do still have one in the box of most of these that I am going to move on from. I have them, I don't know. I mean, they're kind of themed by how they will fit. Like, obviously, that's a bunch of turtles, but I need them to fit, and that is the hardest part, is to make sure that they all fit, because they're all different sized. More turtle friends and turtle enemies, but some crossover happens, and then the glow-in-the-darks do all live down there. And then the bigger boys live underneath, just because that was the easiest way I could get them to fit. Got that Krang, that's a Super Cyborg Krang from Super 7. So I still love that line very much. Underneath here is the garage, which has all of these vehicles. I do have a Dragonfly from G.I. Joe that I don't know where I'm going to put. I'm hoping I can find a place to mount it on that stand up here, but we're not there yet. So we got Super 7 Turtle Van, the Super 7 STCC Mikey's Pizza Tour Van, the NECA Turtle Van. I think this is called Underground Layer Turtle Van, the Hiss Tank, and then I got Serpentor and a couple Cobra Commanders there. So they're just kind of placeholders at the time, the Joes. I do have a Velaverse vehicle over there, but it's kind of the garage area. And then these shelves, which are recent updates that actually may get impacted here because of the vintage turtle stuff. These are all kind of rotating shelves. So you got Mezco turtle stuff, the NECA Mirage turtles, the Joy Toy turtles, and then I think Fury Planet, whoever makes those turtles. And then right now on my NECA turtle rotating shelf, I've got the Stump Wrestling, the Archie, some of the Mirage stuff, more recent releases. Turtles of Grayskull have a shelf. Some of my favorites from that line. That line's been fun to hunt and collect. I don't know how much I truly love it. I'm not sure. I'm a little bit mixed, but it is fun to hunt and collect. Then down here, video game stuff. Got some Storm things, Figma, Jada. Really more Nintendo-y and video game. I do not have Street Fighter there. I do have the Storm stuff there. And then over here, we've got the holiday rotating shelves. Up here, Figure Obscura. You got the Mask of the Red Death, both Headless Horseman and Frankenstein's Creature. And then this is the Turtles kind of Halloween rotating shelf. It's November 30th, so we kept these up through then. I'll put the Christmas stuff up here in a day or two. But I have to decide if I'm going to do more on that. This is the small toy companies shelf. You got Valiverse, Savage Crucible, D13, Nacelle, Odious, Ramen Toy, Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, Plunderlings, got a custom head on a Mezco body. So kind of the smaller company shelf. And then down here is kind of my Marvel shelf right now. Almost all Sentinel, Fighting Armor, a line that I like that I don't really know anybody else that buys, but I like the metallic look of it. I do have a custom Old Boy head on that Gambit, and that is a 3-0 Hulk Buster. So that is this wall, which has a lot going on. Now you turn the corner, we'll talk about the 6 scale and some other things where it gets a little bit interesting. Because this space right here is where I think I need to put the Technodrome and the Vintage Ninja Turtles. As you can see, it is very full. So we're going to talk more about that. Up above, I've got a lot of reaction stuff on the wall, as well as some of the turtle reissues. I just stopped doing that because they started reissuing so much. And that wall is not the easiest to get to. So they're just up there. I think I want to get the rest of the reaction, but then maybe take down the reissues and find somebody that wants those. These are the ones that were coming in the box sets that look like the vehicles before they started having individual reissues at Walmart. So those have been up there for 4 or 5 years. Then at the top, we got the premium, the PCS statues, quarter scale turtles. These are incredible. I have all of them, but the Krang, these are all the exclusive versions. I think they're all limited to 250 or 300 pieces. So, for instance, the exclusive Rocksteady came with this mouse, or the exclusive Bebop came with that mouse. If you get the regular versions, they don't come with it. They all have alternate heads or weapons or something. I think I have them all displayed in the exclusive variant version. Shredder's amazing, Bebop, Rocksteady. So there is an Android Krang, and there's an April that's on pre-order. what happened with these is they just got too expensive. Like the shipping got way too expensive for me. I think the shredder shipping gonna be like $300, and he was like $625. And before I even got it, Sideshow had them like 30% off and free shipping, and it made me mad, so I canceled the Krang order. That's a reissued Turtle Blimp there. I got a quarter scale Hot Toys Iron Man back there. I don't remember who makes this, but I like this statue. The Cap and Iron Man from Civil War. And then this is 6 scale length. It just doesn't have a good home. That's a Metacom 6 scale real action hero. Is a very expensive item, actually. I got it at Think Geek, very expensive. So that was what lives up there on top of the 6 scale. I guess over here I can show you also. I do still have the Hot Toys Hall of Armor. And bloop, there you go. These are all the plastic versions, the original, not the die cast. Still in the Hall of Armor because I think that's cool. I had such a good Iron Man Hot Toys collection. A little bit of accessories, got a Gundam up there, the Tesseract, just, you know, miscellaneous. We come back over here to 6 scale stuff. Lord of the Rings and Hobbit. This is all Asmus toys. Some of these have become very expensive and difficult to get. Looks like the Gandalf is falling off his little deal, huh? What are you doing over there, Gandalf? I have to fix him real quick. Oh, there we go. Gandalf's being naughty. Tariel, Arwen. I wish they would do Rings of Power. I really would like that. Looks like this license had been on a pause with Asmus. Now, before you ask, I do not have any in art 6 scale. I think they look amazing. I missed the Gandalf. The Gandalf got expensive. On its own, they're like, what, between $400 to $700, depending on whether you want rooted or sculpted hair and such. I just can't do it. When these were coming out, I was buying a lot of these for like $150. Sometimes even less. They're on sale. Just can't do it. I think the Gandalf, the white, is beautiful. The Shadowfax is incredible. Got some orcs back there. Those are older, maybe blurry. But then up here, I always buy the stinking deluxe editions that come with furniture. You see Arwen on the Chase Lounge, and Aragorn and Legolas, like with the Wall of Helm's Deep, and you see the Legolas at the Troll's Head, and Galadriel, Mouth of Sauron. I don't have Merry and Pippin yet. I hope those are on the reissues. Those are the big ones I'm missing, and I don't have a Saruman I would like to get. But I really love that line. I think it's a really good line, and I've enjoyed it. The clothes and the weapons are great. Sometimes the head sculpts, Boromir's pretty old. Not the greatest head sculpt, but sometimes, and then which one of these is it the old one, and that's the new one, maybe? But, I mean, look at Gimli. He's incredible. I think he looks great. Below that, a lot of this is 3-0, and these are all piled in here. I got G.I. Joe 3-0, which are awesome 6 scale figures. Back there is Power Rangers 3-0. You can't even see them. Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, that's also 3-0. The X-Files are 3-0. Doctor Who 9, 10, and 11 back there. Those are Big Chief. And then the Turtles here are Mondo. So most of this shelf is 3-0 6 scale. Another company people will sleep on in the 1/6 scale. But I mean, look at these G.I. Joe. I think these are some best G.I. Joe ever made. They're much better than the Sideshow 1/6. So I've got that. Then I've got Mondo, X-Men the Animated. That's relatively new to the collection. Mondo's making some really killer 6 scale stuff. Here, this is the ubiquitous diorama that I don't think it's for sale anywhere anymore. I used to have my Cosmic Legions there. Now I got a Joy Toy Warhammer display. That's 1/18 scale. I love having that display. I think it looks great. Go down here, we got Mondo, He-Man, and Skeletor with their mounts. And then we've got some, I don't remember who made those turtle statues. They're hard to come by as well. And then Iron Studios, Guardians of the Galaxy. And at the bottom, I've got my Horsemen 2-packs. Again, the Horsemen moved. My Legions are not in here anymore, but I don't have a good home for those. And the Necronominus will be here probably within a month. And I'll have all 4 of those. At the bottom of this shelf, more Marvel Iron Studio stuff. The Marvel Iron Studio stuff is probably on the cutting room floor soon. A lot of my statues will be. I love the Iron Studio stuff. I just don't have room for it anymore. So that may get sold. This is a huge, primarily Iron Studios display of Lord of the Rings statues. This stuff is all 1/10 scale. Those dioramas back there, my man Greg Cook printed and painted for me. Dwarf wall dioramas. That Balrog and the Lurtz are also Asmus, I believe is who made those. Kind of a weird vinyl thing, but that shelf is cool. I love that Lord of the Rings stuff. That stuff won't go, but the Marvel stuff may. Then we get into Star Ace, Harry Potter. Not the best, probably some of the worst head sculpts you're gonna see. I mean, that Snape is pretty poor, but like, you know, Dumbledore's not bad. The grip hook, not bad. The goblins. Those are Hot Toys, the Newt and the ones from Fantastic Beasts. I don't even remember, Grindelwald. This is from So-So Toys, Kingpin. This was recommended by my man 16 Shooter. Had to pick him up. He doesn't fit with anything I have, but I love Kingpin. I love D'Onofrio playing it. That's good. I do have the 3-0 Stranger Things guys back here at the Harry Potter. They need a better home than that. The Demogorgon's really cool. They're not bad. I mean, I think 3-0 is probably my favorite 6-scale company that I currently buy from. I don't buy from Hot Toys anymore, and their prices have stayed low. You're gonna come up here for more 3-0. Game of Thrones, 6-scale. I think I have a complete collection of this. You know, they're hit and miss. I mean, that Tyrion sculpt is great. I think the Daenerys not as good. I mean, female sculpts in 6-scale always are, you know, not great in my opinion. I think they just struggle. But like, look at him. Look at the Hound. He looks awesome. But you know, Arya not so much. I think I have a complete set of that. And then 3-0 Walking Dead. I think I might be missing one Rick that they recently did. Because I've slowed down on buying 6-scale, especially if they're not brand new characters and they're reissues. But these are all 3-0 as well. Walking Dead, one of my very favorite things. My favorite comic book. We'll talk more about that later. So I have a lot of 6-scale figures still. Again, another example of the furniture that these things come with. I always buy the deluxe versions. They eat up all the space. But I was saying, I'd like for this shelf to become the retro TMNT shelf because it's big, it has space. To do that, all these have to go off. I think what I'm going to have to do is a lot of these rotating shelves, maybe all of these rotating shelves, maybe all except the holiday stuff. We'll have to go into tubs, and then what I'm hoping is maybe I can move all these 3-0, since they have a bunch of individual groupings, and maybe the Stranger Things, into the Detolfs. Move the Harry Potter stuff to this shelf, and then right there be the vintage TMNT. That is not in this video. That may not happen this calendar year, but that's my goal. That's my goal, is to do that. I think I forgot to say, in the back there are DC Direct Batman cowls that you also can't see. Probably another thing that would move soon. Coming over here, this bottom is miscellaneous. I got the Vanguard from Valaverse. Those are some PCS Transformers statues, some Gundams we've built, just some other random statues from various pops that often gifts are like my Boo collection, those kinds of things. I should have got that Baby Sinclair signed. His voice actor was at Retro Toy Con. I didn't realize that's who it was. Come over here. This is the shelf that has the Hall of Armor. And this is now the Dragon Ball display, which is condensed. It is 1 Detolf less than it was before. And they're kind of by saga. Natalie really did most of this. She did a great job. This is regular Dragon Ball here. We do have this little Toriyama tribute, the way he would draw himself. And with the regular Dragon Ball, and you start to move into Z and the different sagas. So you got like the Saiyan saga with Vegeta showing up and all of that. And you get into Planet Namek. That's a diorama from Carvar Customs, the Planet Namek diorama. Bunch of Friezas, Frieza Force. It continues there with the Ginyu Force in their pose. A lot of these almost all of this is going to be figure arts. That's going to be like off-brand figure arts that Saberman. And then these are going to be like the old Irwin or Jax figures. Like him, Yajirobe. But most of these are figure arts. Just when Figure Arts hasn't made a figure, we've got some others in place. The Cell Saga, the androids. A lot of people's favorite. Go down to my favorite, the Majin Saga, Majin Buu. And the way we condense this, I just took down duplicates. I used to have like 5 Big Boos up all over the place. Now we just have 2, I think. We've got, and then we, like after the end of Z, the Super Saga is up here, where you've got just kind of like the Tournament of Champions and that kind of thing. And we'll go more into that in a second. But then you get into like the movies and the other properties. So like Dragon Ball GT, some of the different movies that have released, the Z movies. And then down here, a lot of video game stuff and manga only and just miscellaneous, room to grow. So I did that. And then we came to Super. So like I said, kind of the Z Fighters Super Team. You get to like the Zamasu and Future Trunks and that kind of thing. And then you get down to more the Tournament of Power, like other versions. Some of this I just didn't want to have a whole bunch up, or I only have like 1 hit, even though hit could be in multiple shelves. I only have the 1. Then down here you get into the movie stuff from Superhero, the Brawly movie, and that kind of stuff. So much more condensed, but I still think looks really, really good. And Natalie did a lot of work on that one. So then for the rest of the room here, it's primarily just the family's stuff. So up here, a lot of these are statues. Some of these will probably find their way out, but Natalie loves Starfire. It's her favorite, so we collect a lot of Starfire stuff. But then we've got like Joker, Harley Quinn. Kaya likes that. We all like that King Shark and Suicide Squad. But then you just get some random things that I have. Tweeterhead, those are Tweeterhead statues. More of the Iron Studios Marvel stuff. The bigger ones that can't fit down below are the ones that are elevated. But then like a McFarlane, Ezekiel, he's my favorite in Walking Dead. You've got Hot Toys, King Shark, a Sideshow quarter scale, Baby Grogu. So just a lot of miscellaneous up there. You see the artwork, that's from my man Jamie Coker, who does this artwork where it's like the villain like ripping the heads off or playing with the toys of your favorite 80 toys. I love that. And then I have some other artwork here. It's a different artwork. Just different types of things. It's kind of hard with the glare. This is kind of like almost chalk artwork there. So if we come here, look at Natalie's Avatar collection. I'm going to try to show you a lot of these that we do. These signed pops. We meet the voice actors. We get the pop signed. We've done quite a bit of that for different things. This is McFarlane and Diamond Avatar figures and pops. We don't buy as much of that anymore. I think this is kind of a finished collection unless something unique were to release. I do think they have more Avatar pops coming. Then a recently updated Sailor Moon collection. I'll show you across the bottom. It just has some Powerpuff Girls. I think those are Beast Kingdom, made those sets. So just miscellaneous. Natalie is a Star Trek fan. So when we have all the Mezco Star Trek there for her as well. We'll get to that in a second. We opened up a Detolf and a half for Natalie, and she's really curated this so beautifully. We got Sailor Moon figure art's not the easiest things to get. The box has great art, so she keeps the boxes to use them as risers, which I think is very clever. And good use of storage. Figure arts minis. These little, I don't know, Sailor Moon cat things. I don't even know what those are. But you see how she works her Proplica in, her replicas. She's got them by scout, inner scouts, outer scouts, manga colors, anime colors. She really has it so carefully curated. A lot of these are Figure Art Zero. I think 4 of those are Figure Art, maybe, 5 of them are Figure Art Zero. And then that statue, it's a beautiful, like almost like a porcelain statue, I think. And then these are Band Prestos, which if you collect the anime, these are $27. And they're scene posed, they're beautiful compared to the, like $75 Figure Art. If I could do that all over again, I would have went this route. Band Prestos. Just a lot cheaper, and they look great. More Figure Art. I think these are all the manga colored versions. You see the different accessories, some vintage stuff down there. Artists we get to support when we see them at cons. A little bit of everything. Just such a well-curated, interesting collection. A lot of this is vintage stuff. Then we get some of the more modern Some of the newer things. I think that's a Figure Art Zero. That's a Figure Art Zero. That one's really nice. That's cool. Bamprestos. She's got the laser disc, I think that is. And then these are Nendoroids, or not Nendoroids, Cuposkets. Got fig pens. You see, you can incorporate it all, and it looks really nice. Then we get into Kaya's stuff. Kaya, of course, a big Demon Slayer fan. We've got some Demon Slayer Figure Art Zero down there. And I think that maybe a McFarlane. And then she has kind of the main, so like that's Nezuko and Boy and Tanjiro, Nezuko. You see a lot of Figure Art Zero. These are all going to be Figure Art Zero type things, or Cuposkets or whatever. Zenitsu for a long time was her favorite. I think my man Tokido is her favorite now. Zenitsu shelf. These are all the Buzz mods. So they're almost like the articulation of Mafex or Figma, but with the soft goods of Mezco. They are not cheap, not easy to get, but they look good. And that's a cool shelf. Her trunk shelf. Trunk's her favorite from Dragon Ball. She just has some Dragon Balls up there with Dende. Some pops she's got up there. Back to Demon Slayer. These are a bunch of Figure Art Zeros of the Hashira. Full Metal. She's actually watching back through that right now. Those are, I think those 3 Zero as well. That set. And then that's a Nendoroid. And then Disney. Alice in Wonderland, Robin Hood, Buzz Lightyear's in there. That's a Figure Arts. So that's cool. And we come to this. I mean, this has just become a catch-all because it's the shelf really to have like remotes and hide plugs. That's the Transforming Optimus Prime. We do some Valaverse sign stuff there. These are some models that Kaya's built me. Just miscellaneous. That's the reissue Turtle Van. Probably has the turtles in it. Various things like that. Kevin Nash signed Super Shredder. That's got an Eastman signature in there. We got Hot Toys Baby Groot. Got this done at Retro Toy Con a few years ago. All 4 Turtles voice actors signed that. I got that Mondo Raphael up there right now because I don't know where to put him. I mean, this just becomes kind of catch-all. It's signed by Judith Hogue. That DVD is signed by Judith Hogue. And then we get into more of the anime. So this is all My Hero. These are all Amazing Yamaguchi, except for Ochaka. I think that's Figma. But she has an Amazing Yamaguchi about to come out. So that's kind of their flagship display. Also a Carvar Customs diorama there. And then these are more Banpresto. Some McFarlane stuff here if they haven't made the character in another thing. And some statues or whatever. Then finally, with the other kind of miscellaneous anime, you got all One Piece. That's all Figure Art stuff there. We've got, what do we have here? Frieren, Seven Deadly Sins, Ultraman, Shield Hero, Reincarnated as Slime, and Chainsaw Man. Most of those are Figma. It's Figure Arts and Figma in there. Then up here, almost all of this may all actually be Figure Arts, except for the panda statue. Got Jujutsu Kaisen, Kaiju number 8, Kaiju number 9, Bleach, Ranking of Kings, Gundam, Spy Family. Most of that is Jujutsu Kaisen. And then this is all Naruto, all Figure Arts right there. So that's a lot in this room. That's a lot. This will be the bulk of the video. But there are other things I want to show you and see if you enjoy. But a good collection update for in here. Let's continue. Sticking with the recent theme, I want to show you some of Natalie's stuff that's in another room. Some of her graded comics. All Starfire related stuff. Starfire art, that little Starfire thing. We got some Avatar art there. It's beautiful. That Aang piece. Those are my Porg collection. I love the Porgs. Natalie's got me all the Funko Pops from the Porgs. And we'll get some of her Sailor Moon art and bags. Those are all Loungefly, I think. And you'll see here one of the things she likes to do, she likes to get pictures when she meets some of the voice actors. We have them all printed. They are not all on display. I think she's going to do like a coffee table book or something like that. But various art pieces. That's bead art. It's really cool. A lot of this is original art. That's an original painting we just got at Charlie's. She's got her Proplicas here. Some of the bigger ones. Look how nice these are. Really pretty. More cue poskets up here, different versions, and all this art. And then she's got these shelves that have her pops. And again, let's see if I can zoom in. You see lots of them are signed. Eventually, I think she's got 3 scouts left to meet, and she'll have met at least one of all the scouts. So that's the thing we like to do. So she'll get a pop signed, she'll get a picture with the person, and she will get them to sign her skateboard, which is right here. As you see, got some Zelda. She loves Ocarina of Time. It's her favorite game, so got a little Ocarina stuff. But this now has, I don't know how many different signatures on it. And it's one of the coolest pieces in the house, I think. Maybe the coolest piece in the house. She's worked so hard on that over the last 4 years. I think that's really cool. Some more artwork there. Then some of the other things she likes. Queen's Gambit. She loves chess. Oh my goddess, those are animation cells. My Zelda clock's gonna make, we're gonna get some coins. We've got some Powerpuff Girls pop. She does have a sign. That's my friends up in New York sent her that. King Maine and the family. Just some other things she likes. Autograph Justin Tucker. A little bit of everything. So they're all my goddess animation cell and Galaga machine. Just a lot of really cool different things that are in her collection in a different area. That lightsaber is actually a funny part of Double Life. Go back to the ICCC video from several years ago. You'll see us get that Sailor Moon lightsaber. Similarly, I have some other things here. These are some Bull Airs, my man Tom. Custom shoes, and then I got like the statue that kind of goes with them. That, we got the box actually autographed by the Tanjiro voice actor. So those are kind of cool. I'm not really going to show you any other sneakers in this collection video, but I got those there. These are some custom Legions cases from my man Nick Doobs. He actually makes the cases too, so I hold on to those. Got a Winnie the Pooh sign pop right here. I like that. And then those vintage turtles right there are all signed by Kevin Eastman on the figure itself. They're out of his personal collection, which I think is cool. Come over here, you see, I love that art piece. Kim made me that. It's of Dragon Con, but in that famous style. These are some of my original art from Beardo Comics. He's doing the Rankin Bass Hobbit stuff for me. I've got some autographed reaction figures by some of these voice actors here, which are cool. Sergeant Slaughter stuff up there. Kim made me that piece. Very emotional piece for me from childhood. She's learned how to write in like the Lord of the Rings script. We've got this. These are first 4 figures. Makes these statues. I don't have a good home for them. Zelda stuff from Breath of the Wild. We need to find a better home for them, but they live there. And then, of course, my vintage kind of Lord of the Rings and Hobbit area. That has these pieces from Charlie Lutz, which are really, really nice from the Rankin Bass Hobbit. And then we've got the loose, complete, just missing a few accessories, but all the figures. We need the saddle for the White Horse, hat and staff for Gandalf, a couple of the daggers maybe, but a loose, complete. In fact, 2 Nazgul, Knickerbocker, Lord of the Rings collection. This is just in like a shoebox type thing. And then my carded and other pieces, we got this tapestry. Back there you see like this store display type piece. Not even sure completely what that is. Tapestry. This Peter Gandalf. And we've got vinyl, magazines, art books, film books, VHS tapes, DVDs, 8-track, or not 8-track, Betamax. Laserdisc, as well as the carded figures. I need a carded Gandalf. That is the big thing on the hunt list. And then we've got to try to get the carded horses, which are very expensive. But a carded Gandalf, which is also very expensive, is the next one we're trying to get. The Aragorn is graded. The rest of these are just in the same case that they use, but not graded. And so you can see Laserdisc recently from my man Slacker Hacker. Got a vinyl record, read-along stuff. All kinds of really cool things. And a great collection. But you know what? I think that's actually a part 1. Rather than make this be over an hour. That's part 1. and come back for part 2, where we're going to look at swords, prop replicas, graded comics, Mythic Legions collection, more Masters of the Universe stuff, Thundercats stuff, Lord of the Rings stuff, Marvel Legends, a whole lot more. But I think this is a good place for part 1 to end. And we'll get part 2 filmed soon and up for you. So thanks for checking out part 1. Big Dubs, Big Collection. It's our whole family's big collection. We have a lot more to show you coming soon. Squeeze it.